Welcome back to Bombastic Nation and Ting and Ting and Ting. Back with some more vibes for all you. Yes, and somebody has to react to this. So I'm gonna go in here and see what's going on here. It's called Top 8 Israeli Special Forces Unit. So I guess we're gonna go in here and see what's going on with the military vibe going on in Israel, their forces and all of that. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's educational to learn about, people's military and stuff like that. So we're going to go in there and see what's going on, see what man has created, be it in defense or in offense. Okay, let's go ahead and YouTube and simmer.
Israel has been in intense combat since the day of its foundation. The need to survive, outrun, and outgun their enemies has created some of the most elite and well-respected units in the world. Israel pits the best of the best against each other, and only the strongest survive the grueling 2+ years of hell on earth to become an operator in one of the top IDF Special Forces units. Each unit has a unique function, area of expertise, and operation. Here are the top 8 Israeli Special Forces units.
Let's see what one.
It goes. Sayeret Agos specializes in guerrilla warfare, counter-guerrilla warfare, reconnaissance, and direct action. Agos operators are trained to carry out operations in and around Israel's multiple environments, including Judea and Samaria and the Gaza Strip, in addition to longer-range operations behind enemy lines in Lebanon and Syria. In training, the operators learn how to camouflage, become one with their surroundings, and are almost undetectable in the field. They are known to set up deadly ambushes and neutralize the enemy before even being seen or heard. Number 7, Duvdevan. Duvdevan is the IDF's elite undercover counterterrorism unit. It carries out undercover operations in urban areas during which they are often disguised in Arab civilian clothes in order to infiltrate terror cells and prevent terror activities. The unit performs many high-risk and complicated operations, including targeted killings, kidnappings, and a range of other undercover classified missions. Duvdevan is
Kidnappings. So the military now have units that specialize in kidnappings. Now here's the question. The question is it a kidnapping if they think the person is an enemy of theirs and is likely to cause harm to the people? Is that the type of people they're kidnapping? And also, who is to say who is who or what is what? Is there behind the scenes investigations and surveillance to absolutely make sure that this person is who they say they are? You know what I mean? And then again, what is the age of it? Because and I'm not taking sides here because I really don't understand that conflict fully to make a judgment. But you see the news and stuff, and you see it everywhere where kids are getting hurt. Young people are getting hurt, like teenagers and stuff. Are they considered that? When they arrest them, are they considered kidnapped? You know what I'm saying? It's just a question, people. Just a question.
Regarded as one of the most successful counter-terror units in the world.
So they say counter-terror.
Maglan is an elite IDF commando unit whose primary mission is to eliminate high-value targets behind enemy lines. The unit is known for finding creative and innovative ways to accomplish its missions. Maglan specializes in reconnaissance, anti-tank warfare, advanced technologies, and other classified weaponry. The IDF keeps Maglan's missions a secret and reveals very little information about the operations in which it participates. Number 5, Unit 669. Unit 669 is the Israeli Air Force's elite combat search and rescue unit, tasked with extraction, recovery, and medical treatment of injured.
No, I could go for a unit like that. They're going to go in and rescue people. You know what I mean? There's another question. Which army in the world anymore? In the world, not just the Israeli army. Which army in the world is for defense? Now, I was under the impression that defense is if somebody invade your country and you have to defend yourself. Does defense also mean going into somebody's country to perform an act of defense? And also, isn't it crazy how we have to develop all these things just to maintain ourselves? Now, this stuff is elite, don't get me wrong. And I'm sitting here watching it, and I remember thinking as a kid, playing soldier and running in the bushes and stuff, without understanding everything else that could be behind it, the politics and all of that. You know what I mean? And what are the real reasons for how should I put it, operations? You know what I mean? Is it for the people? Is it for the government? Is it for the rich? And that's everywhere around the world. You know what I mean? We got to ask ourselves that, And the older I got, and the more I got to understand armies, not just this one. I'm not picking on this one. Let's make that clear. I don't want nobody get in the comments and say, oh, you hate Israelites and stuff like that. Because, I've been accused of that before. And I'm going to tell you why I was accused of that. I say, the Israelites should stop killing the Palestinians should stop killing the Israelites. That was my statement. And I was hit with, you hate the Israelites. This guy that I was friends with for years cut me off of Facebook and all social media. And then tell me, what if people say that about Rastafarianism? Well, Rastafarians ain't never invade nobody. So what you're talking about? So just because I did not side with the side that he think I should side with, I'm against them. No, I'm against anybody killing anybody. I'm against anybody going against war with anybody. That's just the way I feel. Once again, people might think it's naive, but no, I understand that you have to protect yourself. I understand that you have to defend yourself. But then when you take the politics into it, it sort of conjures a different dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Because for what I'm seeing here now, going on in this world, I have to question, is what's being done for the people? Or is it being done for certain sections of the people? So you got to ask yourself all these questions, you know what I mean? You can't just blindly pick a side, because then who's benefiting from all of this in the long run? Follow the money, you know what I mean? In any conflict, in any war, in any country doing anything, you got to follow the money and you got to follow the politics.
Soldiers, combat pilots, and civilians. Their specialties include helicopter extraction and infiltration, rappelling.
See, I could live with that. They're going to rescue people.
Terrorism. Unit 669 has participated in almost all of Israel's wars and confrontations since 1974. They have been credited with hundreds of rescues and have saved countless lives. Number 4. Shaldag. Shaldag's mission is to deploy undetected into hostile environments to conduct special reconnaissance, establish assault zones, and simultaneously conduct air traffic control and commando actions. In 2007, Shaldag was reportedly involved in Operation Orchard, the destruction of a Syrian nuclear reactor. The unit is reported to have infiltrated an underground depot near the Syrian site suspected of being a nuclear reactor in order to designate the target for the incoming Israeli fighter jets that destroyed it. Number 3. Yamam. Yamam is Israel's elite counter-terror and hostage rescue unit. The Yamam was established in late 1974 after the Ma'alev massacre, where a failed rescue attempt by Israel's prestigious Sayeret Matkal unit resulted in the murder of 21 schoolchildren. Since hostage rescue tactics and friendly territory differ from those used in hostile areas, it was decided to establish an elite force which develops and practices a special CQB doctrine for counter-terrorism operations in friendly territory. They are not only Israel's #1 counter-terror unit, but they are also considered to be one of the best CT units in the world. Number 2. Shayetet 13. Shayetet 13 is considered to be one of the best units in the world. The unit specializes in sea-to-land incursions, counterterrorism, sabotage, maritime intelligence gathering, maritime hostage rescue, and boarding. The details of many missions and identities of active operators are kept highly classified. They are often compared to the US Navy SEALs and Britain's Special Boat Service. Number 1. Sayeret Matkal. Sayeret Matkal is one of Israel's most secretive special forces units. They are a field intelligence gathering unit conducting deep reconnaissance behind enemy lines to obtain strategic intelligence. The unit is also tasked with counterterrorism and hostage rescue beyond Israel's borders. They are the Israeli equivalent of America's Delta Force and the British SAS. The most famous mission of the unit is when it spearheaded Operation Entebbe to rescue 248 hostages
I remember that.
by 8 terrorists. They were able to infiltrate undetected, kill all the terrorists, and only lose 3 of the hostages and 1 operator. Do you agree with our list? Let us know in the comment section which Israeli SF unit you think should have made it.
Alright, so check this vibe out. I've had a lot of people telling me to respond or react to military stuff, and I usually don't. I'm not going to sit in awe of military stuff. I'm just not. You know what I mean? Because I'm anti-war. I'm is pro-peace. I'm not saying that the military is not necessary. It's necessary for defense. That's how I see it. And one of the reasons why I don't react to military stuff a lot is because I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, look at this, guns, ooh, look at the manpower, the weaponry power and all of that. I'm not going to do that. That's just not my nature. Never wanted to join the military. You know, never wanted to walk around with a gun. Never wanted to hurt anybody. You know, I could honestly say that I'm rarely ever angry enough to want to hurt somebody. I usually walk away unless I have to stand my ground, absolutely stand my ground. You know, it's a life and death situation for me or those around me that I care about. Then yes. But most of the times conflicts are like, hey, you do you, I do me. We live our separate lives. You do what you do there, I do what I do here, as long as what you do don't infringe on how I live my happiness. I'm good with it. You do you. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody should force anybody to believe what they want them to believe. If what I believe is wrong, I'll face the consequences later. How do you know? We could make choices. But so yeah, I rarely react to these because I don't know, and I guess some people would want me to react it and go ooh, you know, and stuff like that. I'm not gonna do that. It's military. Weaponry kills. I would like to minimize the death toll. Mother Nature is doing a real good job lately of destroying stuff as it is. We don't need to have stuff to destroy each other. You know what I mean? And it's going to get to the point where Mother Nature is going to have us so topsy-turvy, we're going to really start destroying each other if we don't learn to respect and love each other. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Anyway, thank you all for watching this with me. I'm going to leave a link in the description for this video. You could go check it out yourself. You know, if you really want to enjoy all the military stuff without me babbling, I'm going to leave a link in the description, so go check it out. You know what I mean? And in the meantime, like I always say, go out, meet a stranger, understand the stranger. Take care of each other. Take care of each other. Cool runnings, all right?